once again for the renegade master. Back 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 once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades, and how are you all doing on this, well, as you can see behind me, this fine night? And I am back to talk about all things Love Island USA Series 5, and I am now on episode 11 and 12. But before we get into it, you know what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and let's get it started. So as we go in, as I always say with episode 11, it was just about the unseen beats. I don't go into the unseen beats, but if you actually want to go on and watch the unseen beats, then you can do, but there isn't anything on there that I need to discuss because it's literally just a recap of what's happened on the islands throughout the week, basically. So, straight into episode 12. So we know that the new bombs, two new bombs and a bombshell has come in, which I think I'm going to try and remember the names. I know the bombshell is Emily. I know I got that right. The bombshell is Emily. And I think there is a Noah, but I can't remember the other one. But when I get to it, I will. So basically, we know that KK and Keenan got to go in the hideaway. And all I'm going to say is that woman is going to snatch that man's soul from his body. Like, seriously snatch his soul from his body. And we kind of saw things went on in that hideaway. Couldn't hide away from it for too long, but we saw things go on in that hideaway. And if you watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so basically, Destiny and Leo were having a chat. And basically talking about the situation with Anna and Cassie. She didn't see the kiss. Actually, you know what? Let me rewind it right back. Okay, yeah, that's me rewinding it back. That's the sound I make when I rewind it back. But you see, Cassie and Leo on the chairs, because bearing in mind, Leo has not spoken to Anna that whole night, like not spoken to her that whole night since she's decided to step back and step away. And you see Cassie and Leo on the chairs. They're away from the group because I think they're at the back of the kitchen where it's not too visible, which is a good thing. Let's just put it that way, which is a damn good thing. Because all I kept on thinking was, if them two kiss, I hope to God Anna doesn't see it. Because at the point that those two were starting to kiss, Anna had already had her conversation, I think, with Hannah and Ed, some people that were inside, and basically wanted to have this conversation with Leo to basically give her some respect. Because at the end of the day, they're still in a couple, which is true. They're still in a couple, and it's been less than 24 motherfucking hours before this man's decided to put the moves on Cassie. So these two are literally sucking the face of each other, and you got Anna looking for them. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope to God that she really does not see them kissing, because that will discombobulate her all over the place if she saw that. As luck would have it, well, luck was on Leo's motherfucking side, let's put it that way. Luck was on Leo's side that she didn't catch them sucking face at the end of the day. So she went over, wanted to have a chat with Leo. At first, Cassie didn't really excuse herself quickly enough because, my girl, come on. Like, I mean, you got what you wanted, but at the end of the day, she needs to talk to the dude. So she went and did her thing. And basically, Anna explained to Leo that she just wants him to respect her. So she's basically saying, can she not do the affectionate thing and everything like that with Cassie until like a recoupling or something like that at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, they're still coupled off. They're still going to have to sleep in a bed together. And to be fair, it's fair to her if he doesn't do that kind of thing. And I kind of understood where Anna was coming from, because it's piss poor and shitty behaviour on Leo's part and on Cassie's part to literally going on like they're a couple, when in actuality Leo has a loyalty to Anna at that point in time, because he's in the couple with her at the end of the day, because they chose each other to be coupled off with at the end of the day. So he said okay, he would do that. And then when she walked off, his mind was blown because of the fact that it was just perfect. It was just literally perfect timing at that time, because she'd have come in earlier, she would have seen something that she didn't really want to say. So now I can get into the point where Destiny and Leo had their chat when Cassie went back over, because Cassie went straight back over after Anna left, and basically talking about the situation. And basically he agreed at how Anna felt, but he was again shocked at the timing of the kiss that happened. And I'm like, this is why this man can't be trusted. Like, seriously, this is why this man can't be trusted. I know there's certain behaviours that you're going to get within the villa, but my thing is that these behaviours that these people are showing you are true to form, to who they are, It must be either that, or this is how they carry on when they're thinking that it's just a play away, like a holiday play away, and they can do what they want. What happens in the villa stays in the villa, basically. That's how I'm thinking that they're thinking. But this is just my opinion at the end of the day. But all I'm thinking is that this is indicative to their character and how they behave when they're outside of that villa, because there's no way that you can be that naive to not know what this show is about and how people have moved within the villa and how it's looked to the public eye when you've moved a certain way within the villa. So after Destiny's had her talk with Leo, yes, Cassie was there. And Cassie's telling him about how he can't live in the past. My girl, it's been less than 24 hours. It's been less than 24 hours before you decided to literally gung-ho this man across his lips. So don't be sitting there saying that it's in the past, because at the end of the day, you were the one that let that man go. You were the one that let that man go, because he did the same thing to you that he did with Anna. So I don't understand why you getting off now to be all this selfish and you can't please everyone type of thing, type of vibe, when you were pissed when he was getting to know Anna. That shit pissed you the hell off. So I don't know where Cassie gets off by saying, no, it's all in the past. Well, actually, no, it's not for Anna at the end of the day, because it's been less than 24 freaking hours. So no, it's not in the past. It's still the present, and we're still dealing with that present. So then we get to the daytime and we see Harrison, the lovely Harrison, in the shower. And Anna and Destiny are getting ready for the day. And basically Anna's a big old flirt, like calling him daddy and all sorts of things. And he likes that. And that's what he wants from Destiny, but he's not getting it from Destiny. And he's kind of thinking that Destiny's probably liking him a little bit more than he is liking her, because he's used to women having that banter with him, but he's just not getting that from Destiny. And this is what I'm saying. This is kind of the situation that kind of reared itself with Marco, because when she kissed Marco, she read more into that kiss than Marco did at the end of the day. And I'm thinking she's doing the same with Harrison, because yes, Harrison has kissed her within challenges, and yes, I think Harrison may have kissed her outside of those challenges as well, but he's letting her know that until he's assured, he's not running down that path with her just yet. How much she takes that on board, I don't know, because Destiny's destiny at the end of the day. So then you see Cassie and Anna have a chat, and basically Cassie is apologising to Anna for the things that she's done. And my thing is I don't know why she's apologising. And the reason why I'll say, yes, she owed Anna an apology, and a good apology. But the reason why I say I don't know why she's apologising to Anna is because of the fact that she's done this before. And then she's apologised and then still not learnt from the behaviour that she's apologising for. So obviously she's just apologising for apologising's sake, and she just don't give a shit. She really doesn't give a shit, because at the end of the day, she thinks an apology is going to fix everything, but it isn't. Because guaranteed, as time goes on, if she stays within the villa, that she will make the same mistakes again, she'll show the same type of behavior again. And once you do that more than once or more than twice, then it's definitely a part of your character, and that's how I am seeing it. So then you get Hannah and Bergie having a chat basically, and Bergie has kind of come to the conclusion that, you know what, it is actually true in terms of him not being able to have that relationship with Carmen, and Carmen essentially friend zoning him because Carmen didn't want him in the first place, and now he's feeling guilty for those feelings that he's had, and all he wants is for someone to pick him. And I literally felt for Bergie, I really did. He wants someone to fight for him, and because he literally put his all into Carmen, risked it all for people to vote for her to stay in that villa, thinking that he would have a cat in hell's chance with her. All the while, Carmen was thinking that you really don't have a chance with me. I just need somebody on side in case it comes to a point where people have to vote between me and another person to stay in the villa, and I will get that vote off the person who wants me. And that person who she got to want her was Bergie. And it played out exactly how she wanted it to play out at the end of the day, because the reason that she picked to friend zone him was absolutely bogus, completely bogus. And again, this shows the character of Carmen, because I think that's how she operates with people to get what she wants and to get the outcome that she desires. She will use a person in order to do that, and that's what she did with Bergie. And that, in essence, was what Victor was saying when he was telling Bergie to be careful, because Carmen is playing an absolute perfection of a game at this moment in time. So then the text comes in, and basically they get a pool party. And as we know, I think the bombs and the bombshells are gonna kind of join into that pool party. But just before they do, you see you see Hannah and Marco having a conversation, and basically Hannah telling him that she is starting to catch feelings for him, and he said the same for her. He said it's vice versa at the end of the day. And I'm just like, I just don't see the zeal in Marco with Hannah. I just don't see the zeal. Yes, he says what he needs to say, but I don't see the zeal from the first instance of when we seen Marco with Destiny and how he was there in terms of the excitement and him wanting to get to know her and the kiss and everything. I don't see that same zeal with Hannah, so I do question his motives too. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing that I'm questioning his motives, but I'm questioning the things that he's saying because it's not equaling up to the actions that I see. So this is where I get the bomb and the bombs and the bombshells names right. So I got Emily right. I didn't get Jonah's name right because I think I called him Noah at the beginning, but it's Jonah, Kenzo and Emily coming basically. And everybody's just like, whoa, excited, until a freaking challenge comes in. So basically, the people come in, they start to talk to everybody. And here comes the game. So basically what they had to do was dive into the pool, go to the bottom, pick up a weighted, whatever it is, piece of paper from the bottom, or laminated card from the bottom of the pool, and it had kind of like a dare on there basically, and I had to read this dare out. So Kenzo dove in, or where he wished to have sex, and he basically like a Ferris wheel. Like, how do you do that on a Ferris wheel? Because that shit moves. Like, I know it would be the ocean in the motion, but that shit moves way too much, way too hella much. That would scare the living shit out of me. I don't care if other people may be able to see. It's the motion. I couldn't do it. It's the motion for me that would be like, yeah, nah, I'll be too scared of flying out of that motherfucking thing. Never mind being able to get off on there. There's no way. So then Emily asked Kenzo if he's able to dive back in, because she didn't want to wet her hair. Basically. So she had to kiss the islander that she wanted to couple up with So then she picks Bergie, and this is what I mean about certain girls picking Bergie, because they know that he's the safe option. They know that he's the safe option. They know that he's not really coupled off with anybody. So they don't want to play their hand too quickly, which then opens it up for Bergie, because at the end of the day, Bergie is literally latching onto the fact that you chose him. And this is what they need to realise. Stop messing with this man's emotions. Like, seriously, stop messing with this man's emotions, because it's not fair on him. So Jonah asks the truth and asks Destiny the craziest place she's ever had sex. Now, Harrison was hanging on by tenterhooks, figuring what the hell she was going to say. Now, it took Destiny a while in which to give an answer. And my girl said Africa. I was like, she said Africa. Even Harrison was like, they asked for the craziest place you've had sex, and my girl said the continent of Africa. I'm like, okay. Like, okay. And we'll move on to the next. The next one was Destiny, and she had to give a lap dance to the man of her choice, and she chose Harrison. And let's just put it this way, the little booty could move. Destiny's little booty could move. But all I will say is that it was the most awkward lap dance ever in my life, because I've never known a lap dance where you like, yeah, you can have the guys lie down and stuff, but she didn't lower herself in any way, shape or form. She was just like whapping that booty over the top. Yes, the little booty can move, but it was not exciting in the slightest. It was subpar. That's all I can say about that. It was totally subpar. Kenzo had to kiss someone he was interested in, and he decided to kiss Carmen. And Bergie did look very hurt by that, which isn't surprising at the end of the day. But all I would say to Kenzo is be very wary of Carmen. Be very, very wary of Carmen, because she is playing a devilish game, like an absolute devilish game. And I know just before then, Harrison picked his dare, and he literally had to do a three-way kiss. So he ended up wanting to kiss Anna and Destiny. But the thing is with Destiny, instead of going with the flow, she was like, well, you can kiss me first and then you can kiss Anna after. I'm like, that's not a three-way kiss, my love. That is not a three-way kiss at all. So what happened is when Destiny started to kiss Harrison, Anna just jumped her ass in there and pushed all their heads together. And I'm like, and this is why he likes Anna. And this is why Harrison likes Anna. It's because she's fun and she's got the banter at the end of the day. And this is what's missing from Destiny's comprehension around that. So then it moves to Anna, and hers was kiss the Islander on the cheek who gives you the ick. My girl kissed Cassie. I was like, that was ace. Yeah, because I would have done the same thing. And if it wasn't Cassie, it would have been Leo. And if it wasn't Leo, it would have been Carmen. It would be one of them three that would have given me the ick. Fully give me the ick. After the end of all of that, because I ain't going to go through all of it, those were just the interesting bits from the from you know, the challenge itself. Harrison, after the challenge, was trying to speak to Destiny in terms of whether she kissed a girl before. At first, Destiny said no, but then said yes. And he was like, well, he wasn't getting that kind of vibe from her. And I'm just saying, it just felt a little bit forced at that point. Like, it felt a little bit forced. Like, Destiny was trying too hard to impress Harrison, and Harrison was kind of seeing through it, because Harrison, I think, is always choosing a girl that's quite outgoing, always has the banter going and up for anything, basically. But also I'm like is, you keep harping on about the type of girls that you like, but has that worked out for you? Has that really worked out for you? I know you need a little banter with somebody. Like, if I'm with someone and I'm chatting and we're getting the groove on and stuff like that. You need that banter. You need that full-on banter. Otherwise, it's kind of like talking to a brick wall. And I think that's how it is with Destiny at the moment with Harrison. So basically, Emily's then gone off and speaking to the girls in regards to who she likes. She talks about Bergie, saying Bergie's the kind of man that she would look for, but she's basically made it kind of clear that she thinks Bergie would be the type of man that would get too over involved or read into things a little bit too much and start to become very clingy quite early on. I think that's an unfair statement in regards to Bergie, and I think Carmen then piped up as well. And I'm like, Carmen, shut your mouth. Like, seriously, you don't need to pipe up on Bergie, because at the end of the day, you did him wrong. You did him absolutely wrong. You made him believe that he was the one for you in that sense. But as we know, Emily is honestly feeling Marco. Emily is saying that Marco reminds her of one of her exes. Keyword, reminds you of one of your exes. So that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go for someone like Marco, but Emily's got her sights set firmly on Marco. Although she's aware that Hannah and Marco are together, she's not aware of the fact that Hannah and Marco have kind of, in a sense, declared their feelings to each other by saying that they're literally catching feelings for each other. So I think that's going to be a bit of a difficult one there. Like, seriously, that is going to be a difficult one to swallow, especially with the fact that when Emily does end up pulling Marco for a chat, Marco doesn't shy away from that. I mean, albeit he's not closed himself off to Hannah, yes, he's declared that he's catching feelings for her, but in another essence, he's still open. So he's open to talking to Emily and getting to know her in that sense. But not at one point did he mention that, you know what, I do have, or I'm about to possibly have feelings for Hannah. And Hannah was sitting there just hawking that conversation hard, like looking over at them. Got Anna and Kenzo had a chat. I think Anna is interested in Kenzo. And I think I don't think Kenzo's interested in her in that sense. Yes, he likes the blonde-haired, blue-eyed type, but he's had that conversation with Carmen before he went to Anna. And basically, I think he's more interested in Carmen than he is with Anna, but we'll see how that fares. And at this moment in time, that is the episode where I'm going to end it on. But as I always say, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so when you know when I'm back on and doing videos. And I will be back on your screens very, very soon. Peace out.